What up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. Ain't had much to post, man. Just but a bunch of sanding and dust-covered garage. I'm gonna just give you guys a little enlightenment of what's been going on. Oh, it's a nightmare, dude. If you can't tell, that is dust. Dust. I've swept a couple times. But we have got the back of the car back to where it was. So I got to massage this here body line a little bit. I got a little bit of work left. Not quite done yet. Got a spot here. This is good. This is all good, but I got a spot below this body line right here that I'm gonna have to hit with something there. Anyway, I'm gonna hit this with some spot putty. I don't know why, but that come out kind of crappy. But I got some Z-grip up there, some polyester I'm gonna hit there. But this is where the car folded up, like did that weird whatever the heck. It's nice now, it's a beautiful thing. So we have finally got the rear end back to where everything's good. Okay, if that don't crack and fall off the car, we'll be in there. Gonna be a lot of twisting, so I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. Hope for the best. Filled in these holes. I don't know if you can weld it in metal, and filled those holes in around the doors. Got this one too, of course. So there used to be a hole there, no more hole. Big, long, stupid hole. I got a spot right here I need to put some filler into. I had a high spot, knocked it all down. And I had Bondo all around this right here. It's like that on the other side. Let me blow that out of there. Anyway, Bondoed up to the door there. I didn't realize that this was going to move and crack. I've learned a lot in my travels. So the other side, I've already picked it all out and everything, and I'm going to have to do the same to this side. Just going to clean that all out. And that's about it. Like I say, got all this is done. Okay, thank God. You would think that this is a high spot, but it is so perfect. Like, I don't know, there is nothing there. I don't know why, but there's nothing there. It's nice. I like it. I hit it with the guide coat, and it sanded off smooth. So the only things that I really got left to do, the doors, believe it or not, are done. Okay, they need to be DA'd down and then hit with the high build primer. But the doors have already had the body work done to them and have been sitting comfortably in the house. So the only thing that needs done with those is primer on the doors, so that we can get a nice new nice build, something, foundation, as you would call it. So we'll be putting doors on before too long, but I'm gonna fill these holes in. I'm gonna get rid of those big holes in the front of there. Back in the day, when we was running this thing, man, is it dusty in here? Is that my camera? Hang on a second. Wow. The old camera was even dusty. The old lungs are taking a beating on this, by the way. But anyway, I am going to fill those holes in. I went and got the fiberglass and the resins to do that. We're going to do that. I just want to get the car done, ready for primer. Then I'm going to get the hood ready to go, get it ready for primer. We're going to fill in. I meant to say something about this. I got a crack right there. So that's going to need some attention. So we're going to grind that out and put mat behind it and get that good there. And these holes around here, like this, goes here. And they're like cut out horribly. I mean, it's so bad. So bad. So I'm going to make some metal plates that I can put in here that'll make this shape. And we're just going to fill it all back in and then recut it out on both sides. I mean, that one there, you can tell. I mean, that thing is the size of that hole there. I mean, it's horrible. So we're going to get that and that. And then there's some holes. I got to fill these bottom holes here. This is the new, that is where it will be mounting. That's where it used to, so I got to fill those. And I just don't want to Bondo them or kitty hair those holes. I want to back them with some fiberglass. And then I'm going to put kitty hair over the top of the fiberglass to kind of fill in around edges and stuff and go to town. So it should look all right. But I don't think we're going to be needing those holes anymore in the front hood because back in the day we had a hard time cooling the engine. Probably just a cheap water pump, it was probably cheap shit. Couldn't keep up. Well, I've got the best of the best. I got the freaking best radiator I could get. I got the best water pump I could get. I got big lines that I'm running to it. So, I think it's a dash 20 on the bottom and a dash 16 on the top. I'm pretty sure that'll keep the car cool. I don't think I'm going to need the big holes in the front of the hood. So I'm going to fill it in. If we have problems, then we'll deal with it when that time comes. But I think it'll be all right. So that's what I got. So next steps are just going to be getting all this here body work done, which this isn't all that much. I mean, I got a spot here. I got to fine tune that body line there, which I'm going to have done probably today or tomorrow. I think I'm going to have tomorrow off too. So, be able to get this done, thank God. But I'm going to block the entire car, which I've already started. Okay, I've got this side kind of done. Some of the roof up there, the back of the car here is all done. The back of the car is pretty well completely done. Got this little spot. But once I get all my spots done, I'm going to tape this car off like it is freaking Fort Knox. I mean, no way. So I got to clean the garage. I gotta blow all the garage out, blow all the dust, get all the dust out of here, sweep it up, blow it out. I'm gonna tape this up and we can start primer, getting all that done, and we'll be moving to paint, which I think I've picked it out. Okay, I was gonna go with House of Colors, okay, but after I got the sheet, I don't know if you want to call it a formula sheet or an instruction sheet or I don't know what, right? But anyway, this thing read like a science book. It's beyond my capabilities, okay? And my pop could do it, I don't know, but not going to chance it on that. So I think we're going to go ahead and go with what is called Tropical Glitz. Okay, everybody's probably been seeing this stuff on Facebook and all that. I'm gonna flake it out. Okay, I want this thing to be flake like crazy. So I'm going to do a process called flake with a matching base coat. Okay, so they match their base coats to their flake so that instead of having to do 100% coverage, you can do, I don't even believe it's 50% coverage. I think it's just like, oh, if you were, I think per quart, you're probably looking at like an ounce and a half, maybe 2 ounces to a quart. Versus like if you were to go a full flake job, I know this sounds crazy, but it's like 2.5 pounds of flake go into a gallon, close to 3 gallons, almost 3 pounds, 2.5 to 3 pounds of flake go into a gallon of sprayable intercoat. Okay, so I don't want to have to do all that, buy a flake gun and all this crap. So they have a process. It's called Royal Purple, and they have a dark and a light base coat. So you can either go with the Royal Purple Dark or the Royal Purple Light, which whatever. I'm gonna go with the dark. So it's a black base coat, Royal Purple base coat, and then the Royal Purple Flake suspended in an intercoat clear. I'm going to call them, okay, because I'm not exactly sure on the mix ratio. But like I say, instead of having to do a pound of, well, it'd be close to a pound. It might be. Like I say, it's like 2 ounces a quart, something like that. So 2, 4, 6, 8 ounces. I mean, that's getting up there in weight, but whatever. It's a 50-50. So, and then clear coat over the top of that. So that is what we're shooting for. Where are we at? 12 minutes? Okay, I've got a couple more seconds, I guess. There's a body line on this car, okay? It's hard to see it without the doors on. The hood's got a little bit of it. So as you can see, that's a body line right there, big one. Goes down. I'm gonna bring that down to a point, okay? Bring it up like an eagle's beak, right? Come up here, and I'm going to run this body line right here all the way across into the back. And then in the back here, it starts to widen up. So watch my fingers, you'll see it. It starts to widen up. So it's widening up. About right there, I'm going to break it off and have it come there and then follow itself back down to a point here. Okay, it's the only way I can figure to kind of make this byline look half-ass decent, right? Or this stripe. So that is either going to be, I don't know yet. I'm thinking probably just a different color flake. You know, I'm gonna order some of these little flake jars like this, because this will be enough to do a pinstripe on both sides. Sorry, but I'm gonna order a couple of different ones, and I want it to be a purple pinstripe. I want it to be a purple pinstripe, but I want it to be a off color, right? You know, so this thing is gonna be glimmering. I mean, this thing is gonna shimmer like freaking, I don't know what, right? Diamond, I don't know what the hell you call it, but it's going to shimmer, okay? And this here I want to shimmer too. I just wanted it a different color. I was going to do gold leaf in it. I was going to put gold leaf in it, but I got a chrome strip that runs down this. So like a piece of chrome next to that, I just don't think it's going to look good. So that's that, right? And of course, we're going to have, I'm hoping Bob Gibson, same guy that did it before, come and put Plum Crazy in the middle of the car. But to really dress her out, to finish because I'm going to have a bare spot in the back, basically, and a bare spot in the front of the hood. So I'm going to put a little tramp stamp right here. I'm going to see if I can't find an old timer that still does that brush pinstriping. And I want him to do me a nice little, the brushes and the lines. You know what I'm talking about. If you've ever seen it, you know what I'm talking about. It's just old school pinstriping. But I want something right here in the middle of the car. Maybe like a little tramp stamp there. And then the back of the trunk is where I'm gonna do, maybe some thanks and some sponsor stuff, blah blah blah, just kind of do some hand brushing. Just have Bob Gibson do some hand brushing, something here. I'm not for sure. Thanks Dan, thanks Sean, thanks Dennis. Everybody who's had a hand in this car. Put a little thanks to them on there, something like that on the back. And then same thing on the front up here. On this right here on the hood. Okay, I'm sorry I'm so close. But right here on the hood, this is going to be all closed in. I'm thinking about doing the same thing. I'm going to have them coming in here to a point, coming down to a point, and then have them do some cool, lines with the brush, or whatever, the pinstriping lines. And then I got my mother, God, I love the woman, got me the Flying A that goes here, okay? Now there's a trim piece here that sits on, so I'm gonna have to do something to kind of make this thing get on there. But the Flying A for it is here, okay? So I'm gonna put that there. And I'm gonna have Bob Gibson, okay, whenever we get it together, like maybe here on the hood, something. I want to do the Flying A into cursive Austin, because it's an Austin. So I want people to walk up and see it before they eat. Is this an igloo? It just have, you know what I mean? So that's where I'm at. 17 minutes of blabbing, guys. I'm not going to hold you on here much longer. I got a lot of work ahead of me. A lot of work. But I'm getting there. So we get her painted. We can get her back together. Start building this race car. Got them. I'm ready. I'm itching. Going nuts. So anyway, yep. Love your neighbor. Reach out. Give somebody a hand if they need it. It could be a pain in the ass sometimes, but people need help, and reach out and give a hand. So anyway, peace, chick grease, everybody.